Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to draw a Pikachu. Jumping right into it, just make a circle. After that, I just drew a line through the center, trying to line up the face. And this will just be the sketch, so it could be as messy as you want it to be. I drew a line horizontally. For the eyes, I was trying to decide where I wanted to put the eyes. I used the liquid tool to push out his cheeks so I can get the right shape. Then draw his cheeks, his red circle cheeks. It's gonna be a half circle because you won't see the whole circle unless his head is turned. We made the circles. Then the little nose right in the middle. Make it a kind of a triangle curved shape. Then you can draw the eyes. They're gonna be circles. You just hold the circle and that will initiate the snap tool that's on Procreate. That way you can make perfect circles. Then we can draw a mouth. The top of the mouth is almost like an upside down V shape. Then we're gonna connect the curve shape together to make Pikachu's mouth. Here I didn't like the size, it was too big. That way we could make the ears. So I clicked the selection tool and dragged it to be smaller. Then onto the ears. And you can sketch and draw as many times as you like, so you can get it to how you want it to. You can see me redo a few things a few times. Next, I'm actually gonna draw one of the ears on a separate layer and then just copy and paste it and move it to the other side of the ear, the left ear. Just so they could be the same. You could do the same thing that I've done or not. It's up to you. Just adjusting the ears how I want it to be. Again, you can choose the same to do the same. Again, this is a sketch initially anyway. So once we do trace it and do the line art, you can make it a little more perfect. I decided to make this picture and hopefully teach someone to do it. Super easy, but I've been having a little art block. I didn't know what to draw, so for some reason Pikachu just popped into my head, so here we are. Still adjusting the ears. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Feel free to pause the video at any time or replay certain parts. Here I'm gonna decide where I want the little highlight of his eyes. I know it looks real crazy right now, but it'll look better later. If you made it to this part, you can just take your time and redefine your sketch. This is what you see me doing here before I line over top of it. And I'm gonna speed it up again. Next, just turn down the opacity of this layer and add a new one on top of it. I'm gonna trace over our sketches. I am using the dry ink brush under the inking brush set that Procreate came with. just adjusting the line art here. You can do the same if you need to. I was going for kind of a sketchy look, so that's why I like the dry ink brush. You can use whatever brush you like. And when you're doing the line art, you can adjust as you go. Use the snapping tool for the circles of his eyes. And also, I adjusted his eyes to make them wider. They were a little too close together. And you'll see me do that next. All right, now we can get rid of the line that intersects his head and the ears, so they can look more connected. I also deselected the sketch layer that was underneath. That's why you can't see it anymore. You can do the same, or if you don't, that's okay. I'm just gonna redo the cheeks because I think they're too big, so you can choose to do it or not, up to you. So on to the coloring. Because I was lazy, I duplicated the line art layer, put that on Alpha Lock, colored that outline that's underneath all yellow, and then you'll see me drag and drop the yellow onto that duplicated layer. Just so, because usually I would just outline it again and drop the color in so it could feel faster, but I figured this would be quicker. I took the Alpha Lock off, and you'll see me drag the yellow color. But it bled out, so I'm gonna do it again, you'll see. And then I just adjusted the color drop threshold so it won't bleed all over the place. And that's what you just seen there. And now I'm gonna color his cheeks. I did put it on the layer on top of the yellow. And to color, I'm still using the dry ink brush also. And this time I'm gonna trace and then color drop it. Adjust the threshold again. Fix it up and do the same with the other cheek. All right, after you do the cheeks, you can go ahead and do the tips of his ears. You'll see me color drop it as well. You can either do that or just color it in yourself. Totally up to you. Next, I'm gonna do his mouth, his inside of his mouth, and his tongue. I'm gonna do, you'll see. And you can use whatever picture of Pikachu you like as a reference. That's what I did. I'll leave a link down below if you want to use this specific reference page that I got from Google. So Pikachu's mouth is like a dark pinkish purplish color, and then I'm doing his tongue pink. And on top of that, I will do the shadow from his mouth, so it'll be about a shade darker than his pink tongue. So you could do the same and just color it in. We're almost finished. I'm just gonna do his face for today. You could choose to blend it all together with the blend brush. That's what I did there. I'm gonna tweak his nose a little bit. The brush that I use is a little textured, so you'll see a bunch of white marks. And I'm gonna clean it up a bit. Lastly, you're just gonna add a highlight to his little nose. Just pick white, and you can use the same brush you've been using. Just put it on the tip of his nose. Yep, mine's too big. Just gonna redo it again. All right, pretty much done. I just wanted it to pop a little bit, so I duplicated the layer after I combined them all and made it all black. And that layer is behind the actual Pikachu layer, so I'm just adjusting it so I can make a shadow. And then we click on Gaussian blur, so it blurs it out a bit. You can choose to do it if you want to, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and don't forget to sign your artwork. That's what you'll see me do here. So make sure you always sign your work. And if you want to add a background, add a background. Check out my other videos, and for upcoming more art tutorials and art videos, please subscribe. See you next time.